Buying a knife on the internet can be quite a challenge. You look at the knife and it looks pretty good, but then you get a hold of it and you find out the handle doesn't quite fit you. What do you do then? Well, if it's a good company like Bark River, which made this UP Bravo, you send it back and they give you your money back. In other instances, that may not work. We're going to help you decide how a handle might work for you if you can't handle the knife first. For a knife to work for you and be safe, the handle has to fit your hand. One size doesn't fit all. Do you notice how some knives just feel naturally good in your hand and others don't work at all? We're going to show you how to figure out if a knife handle might work for you. Knife makers are going to go for an average size on the handle. This is just common sense. They're trying to appeal to the largest section of the knife-using audience. So here's what they have to work with. According to NASA, these are normal hand sizes. Do the measurements from just behind your knuckle. Then consider the circumference measurements. This may give you a general idea of your hand size. See where your hand fits into this. Obviously, my hand is bigger than most, so that's going to impact what kind of knife I can use safely. If possible, find knife reviews that show the knife being handled. Then figure out if the user's hands are about the same size as yours. The next consideration should probably be, what will you use this knife for? There is a world of difference between a filleting knife and a hunting knife. But in both cases, you want a handle that's not going to let your hand slip once it gets slimy or bloody. Consider the handle also if you anticipate doing a lot of woodworking. There's also a big difference between folders and rigid blade knives. Generally speaking, the folders have thinner handles and are not quite as ergonomically designed for extended periods of work. Handle circumference is also important. Take a look at the handles of tools that are designed to be used a lot. You'll find the circumference is pretty generous. I like a hammer grip where my fingertips don't touch my palm. The correct circumference for your grip will keep the knife from twisting in your hand. You're not going to be using a hammer grip on every knife for every situation. Take that into consideration. But maybe you want something different. How can you try out some new handle dimensions? The handle on this UP Gunny is going to fit most people pretty well. But it's just almost a little small for me if you've noticed that my fingertips are touching my palm with this hammer grip. What I did was take tennis racket tape, this is electrical tape, I stuck that on there for decoration, to decide if I wanted a thicker handle. This is how it fits my hand. So that's going to work very well for me. And at some point I'll decide if I want to send this knife out to get it rehandled. We use knives for a variety of tasks. The handle plays a vital role in determining how effective this knife is going to be for you. It also determines if you can use it safely. So I guess the best advice is to give some thought to what you're going to use the knife for. Handle knives if you can. Make your choice based on some research. This is Survival Common Sense. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe. I hope you liked this video. For more information, please check out my book, Bushcraft Basics, A Common Sense Wilderness Survival Handbook. Here's some information about that. Hi, I'm Leon Pattenberg. I'm the author of SurvivalCommonSense.com. People have asked me for years, when are you going to write a book? Your website's been up for 10 years. When are you going to write a book? Well, I finally did, and it's out this month. It's called Bushcraft Basics. I hope you check it out. Here are my credentials. I was in the newspaper business for most of my career, and I'm an expert writer, photographer, and interviewer, and I'm very good at research. But I don't claim to be a survival expert. I write about survival and consult the experts when I have questions. But my research is not done in the office. Here in the Delta National Forest in central Mississippi, and today I'm going to go on a wet deer hunt. But I'm also trying some gear out that needs to be thoroughly field tested. I've been an avid hunter, fisherman, and backpacker for some 50 years. For 17 years, I helped teach the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge with the Boy Scouts. That led to the establishment of Survival Common Sense in 2009.
Since then, we've published well over 700 articles, and our YouTube channel has had over 8.5 million views. The website has readers from all over the world. In 1980, I took a break from graduate school and canoed the Mississippi River end to end, from Lake Itasca to Venice, Louisiana. During that voyage, I heard many people say, "Gosh, I wish I could go do something like that sometime." So that led to the establishment of Big River Wild Adventures out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. The program is a partnership with Quapaw Canoe Company. In its 21-year history, Quapaw has guided approximately 30,000 adults and about 20,000 youngsters and visitors explore the lower Mississippi River in handcrafted wooden Voyager canoes. I coordinate the wilderness skills training. So there are a lot of survival books on the market, and some of them are very good. So what makes Bushcraft Basics different from any of the rest of these books? To start with, I'm a writer and an educator. Second is that I spend a lot of time researching a topic before I ever write a story about it. The people I interview are people who are in the field, the first responders, the search and rescue people, the EMTs.
So how long did that take you to do that?
30 seconds.
Maybe 30 seconds, yeah.
For a long time, I've thought that bushcraft skills were applicable everywhere. And that if you had a kit that would prepare you to survive an earthquake, it would also help you survive any other natural disaster. Skyhorse Publishing approached me last year about writing a book where you apply bushcraft skills to many other circumstances. And that's what Bushcraft Basics is all about. The book takes you from where do I start now to how am I going to survive this particular situation. Responses to a survival situation follow a set pattern, according to researchers. We discuss that pattern and then we show you the next step, which is how are you going to react? Then finally, we go through various particular skills and the easiest way and best way for you to learn how to use them. So is Bushcraft Basics the ultimate survival book? Is it that one publication that you absolutely must have? Well, I'd like to think so, but there's no way. Survival and preparedness is an ongoing journey. It's my hope that this book will get you started taking those first steps, and that is thinking about what might happen. The 2020 pandemic showed us that we can't always depend on everything being normal, and that we may have to adjust to a new normal. And if Bushcraft Basics starts you on the path toward preparedness, I'm really happy about that. Thanks for watching this, and I hope you pick up a copy of my book. This is Survival Common Sense. Have a great day.